I would now request all the dignitaries to mark the beginning of this conference by lighting the lamp.
I now request Professor A. Dinakar Rao to take over the mic for the welcome address.
Honorable Director Studies, SEIRR, Professor Tarnekar Asu, Pondicherry University, Madam Professor Vijayalakshmi Saxena, General Secretary, General President, Indian Science Congress, and Professor Ashok Kumar Saxena ji, former General Secretary, President, Indian Science Congress, Professor P.P. Mathurji, Vice Chancellor, Birla Global University, former Vice Chancellor, KIT, Odisha, and former General Secretary, Indian Science Congress, Scientific Activities, and Professor Hansilal Ji, President, Society for Plant Research, and former Vice Chancellor of UAS, Dharwad, Professor S.K. Bhatnagar Ji, Founder and Secretary General of SPR, Professor Muthuchelyan, South Zone President and former Vice Chancellor of Periyar University, and Professor S.D.S. Murthigaru, Zonal Secretary, South Zone, and respected Professor Pratap Kumar Sethi, Dean, School of Life Sciences, Pondicherry University, and my esteemed colleague, Professor P.T.V. Lakshmi, Convener and Head of the Department, and Mr. Sundar Mohan, Convener of the ISKA, Pondicherry Chapter, Dr. V. Amada, Treasurer and Organizing Secretary of this event, and eminent speakers from India and abroad, and Professor Velu Murugan sir, our well-wisher, and faculty from different schools and department of Pondicherry University, Dr. Vijay Kumar, librarian, and dear colleagues, participants across the country, and staff, and my dear research students and students. Very good morning all. I welcome you all on my own behalf and on behalf of Bioinformatics, Department of Bioinformatics, Pondicherry University, Indian Science Congress Association, Pondicherry Chapter, and Society for Plant Research to this 3-day long international conference cum workshop on plant molecular biology and bioinformatics. As we know, plants are one of the most crucial resources which support life. Thus, we have seen emergence of scientific discipline called plant molecular biology. The subject deals with information hidden in the plant genome pertaining to various genes involved in metabolic activities, cellular process, and behavior. Lately, we are facing a large number of problems in agriculture which directly affect the human as well as environment. To address these such issues, bioinformatics tools can be used to analyze genome sequences and to study the gene structure and modification of expression of gene, leading to various avenues for improvement of the gene crop protection, crop yield, nutrition quality, and phytochemicals for drug discovery and development. Invited talks that we have in upcoming days will broadly cover such subjects. There will be a hands-on session on third day of this event to introduce participants with various in silico methods to handle plant RNA sequence data. With this work, I hope the lectures delivered by experts and subsequent hands-on training during the workshop will enlighten us about new concept in rapidly growing bioinformatics and plant molecular biology. Thank you very much, each one of you, for accepting our invitation and making this inaugural function a grand success. With this, I welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good morning to one and all present here. Probably the anchor felt that I am a long speaker, so she has already indicated me that I should be very sweet and crisp. Well, most respected, distinguished guest, our Director, Studies, Pondicherry University, Professor Vijayalakshmi Saxena, General President ISCA, Professor Subodh Kumar Bhatnagar, Founder and General Secretary SPR, Professor R.R. Hanchilal, President, Society for Plant Research, Professor K. Muthuchalyan, President, South Zone, SPR, Professor S.D.S. Murthy, Secretary, South Zone, SPR, Dr. Ashok Kumar Saxena, former General President, ISCA, our beloved Professor P.P. Mathur, former coordinator of our center as well as former General Secretary of ISCA, who is presently the Vice Chancellor of Birla Global University, Bhubaneswar, and our own esteemed colleague and the Dean, Professor H. Pratap Kumar Shetty, distinguished guests from different parts of the country and abroad who have been invited as speakers, my colleagues and friends from different departments of Pondicherry University, my own well-wisher and the department long visitor, Professor Emeritus Velmurugan sir, our librarian sir, and my own entire research scholars, students and members from press and media. Foremost, I take this opportunity to extend my hearty welcome to you all for this international conference cum workshop on plant molecular biology and bioinformatics, which is sponsored by Indian Science Congress Association Pondicherry Chapter, Society for Plant Research, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, in association with Department of Bioinformatics, Pondicherry University, along with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology and Department of Science Technology, Government of Puducherry. With this presidency, with India's presidency of G20 themed Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, One Earth, One Family and One Future, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of various forms of life, including human, animals, plants and microorganisms, imparting their significances both on Earth and in larger cosmos. This intends to stabilize the global environmental changes, greenhouse gas emissions for the sustainable development. As a step forward, S20, Science 20 meeting was held in Pondicherry during the end of January 23, which indicated the disruptive approach in science as a negative sense, but this negative sense will always bring a lot of new changes and ideas that would provide high rate of changes. So today again Pondicherry University is conglomerating with the active associations of SPR and ISCA, Indian Science Congress Pondicherry Chapter, which is themed as Sustainable Development with Women Empowerment. And we are fortunate to conduct this international event on the day where India is celebrating the National Women's Day to commemorate the birth anniversary of India's first women governor, Kavikuvel Sarojini Naidu. So I'm happy to propose this scope of our program. We all understand that the total India's geographical country, which is basically left for agriculture, is about 328 million hectares, of which only 200 million hectares is being utilized for cropping area. And this has given us intensity of cropping to about 143.6%, where India is holding the record of second largest agricultural land in the world, generating employment for about half of the country's population. And we also realize that India is the largest producer of milk, pulses, spices in the world, and it is the second largest product of fruit, vegetables, tea, farmed fish, cotton, sugarcane, etc. Since about 50% of the total workforce is engaged in agriculture and allied sector activities, it is accounting to almost 18% of the country's gross value adds. And still, India is considered as a vulnerable region despite having contributed to only about 4% of the cumulative global emissions. And therefore, Government of India also has taken several steps in the process of developing the sustainable issues. And we have been argumenting on the solar power capacity with improved power, green cover facilitated by Green India missions. Although all these are under the way of improving the global scenario in terms of improving the market strategy with India in relative to the agricultural products, the challenges in modern agriculture is all concerned about the lot of global changes that are happening with reference to the climate variations. So that way the boon for research, applying the concepts of bioinformatics as being a great source of information for us to combat on all various measures, and that way we are working towards bringing about the marketing strategy for this golden rice, which already WHO has declared it to be promoted with the high rich vitamin A. So where all these attempts are being undertaken, we the bioinformaticians are contributing enormously to the field of agriculture. And this perception of bioinformatics, as you all realize, that came into existence just 2 decades back when a specific plant pathogen, a microbe, Xylella, was sequenced along with the first small genome, that is rice, and of course the Arabidopsis. So therefore, applying all these eminent skills with this bioinformatics, it is very taskful to manage all the difficulties that are faced by the agricultural societies today. And therefore, I think this conference, which is organized combining the advanced techniques of molecular biology with bioinformatics tools and analysis, would definitely give scope for the young minds to learn many things which can actually orient towards their research. So that way the economy in turn will also be improved when we are trying to apply all this scientific arena. Hence, I assure that this conference, which is organized by the eminent speakers in plant sciences, will explore the participants in the frontier areas undertaken in the field of plants to cater to our societal needs. And today also I understand that there would be a lot of people receiving their awards in various capacities. So I would like to take my congratulations to all of these people who will be receiving their awards. And with that, I think this conference with all eminent speakers, as well as the third day workshop that is organized to give some exploration towards the basic bioinformatics tools, would definitely help the external participants immensely in carrying out the research. And I hope that their stay for the next 2 days plus the third day will be very joyful and memorable. Leave behind all your discomforts to us if there is anything, and take away the messages which is being imparted by the scientist. And I hope that these 3 days is going to be very, very joyful to you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an apt description about the idea behind the conference.
I now request Dr. Vijayalakshmi Saxena, General President, Indian Science Congress Association, ISCA, to deliver the inaugural speech.
Very good morning to you all present here in this hall. Professor Tarni Karasu, Director, Studies, Pondicherry University, President of the session. Dr. Ashok Saxena, former General President of Indian Science Congress. Professor P.P. Mathur, former General Secretary, Indian Science Congress, and Vice Chancellor, Birla Global University, Bhubaneswar. Dr. Raghunathar, EC Member, Indian Science Congress. Professor R.R. Harchinal, President, SPR. Professor Lakshmi, Head, Department of Bioinformatics. Professor Subhut Kumar Bhatnagar, Founder, Chairman, and Secretary General SPR, Professor Dinkar Rao, Organizing Secretary, Professor S.D.S. Murthy, Zonal Secretary, SPR, Professor H. Pratap Kumar Shetty, Dean, School of Life Sciences, Professor Sundar Mohan, Convener, ISKA Pondicherry Chapter, and Dr. Amoda, Treasurer, ISKA Pondicherry Chapter. All the coordinators of different sessions, all the participants, invited speakers, faculty members of Pondicherry University, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, and media personnel. First of all, I feel privileged to have been granted the opportunity to share my views with you all. I am extremely thankful to Sundar Mohan, convener, ISKA Pondicherry chapter, as well as to Dr. Amoda for organizing such a wonderful international conference cum workshop. I am proud that ISKA Pondicherry chapter has organized international conference cum workshop to encourage school and college students to have a better awareness of science and the latest developments in research to fulfill their quest for science. ISKA Pondicherry chapter is one of the active chapters in the country to organize programs to promote science to college students and school children. I am happy that ISKA Pondicherry chapter, in association with Department of Bioinformatics of Pondicherry University, Society for Applied Sciences, Pondicherry, Council for Science and Technology, Government of Pondicherry, and Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, has jointly organized an international conference cum workshop on plant molecular biology and bioinformatics. Features a very strong scientific and technical program. The theme is very relevant for today's world, as scientists all across the globe are trying to tap the unseen benefits of plants, not only in daily course but also as a cure for many diseases. Now, coming to the topic of conference, plant molecular biology is the study of how plants functions at the molecular level, like structures, processes, and behaviors that the information stored in the genome expresses. The rapid advancement of molecular biology has made it feasible for plants to be resistant to disease and insects. Studying plant system can help us to understand how to address problems in agriculture, human health, and the environment. Bioinformatics tools allow us to analyze the vast amount of data being generated by genome sequencing projects and are further helpful in improving crop yield and nutritional quality. In recent years, major advances in molecular biology and genomic technologies have led to an exponential growth in the biological information. As the overflow of genomic information, there is a parallel growth in the demands of tools in the storage and management of data, and the development of softwares for analysis, visualization, modeling, and prediction of large data set. There is a critical need for effective bioinformatic tools which are able to provide longer reads with unbiased coverage in order to overcome the complexity of the plant's genome. I am happy that the conference emphasizes the recent advances in multidisciplinary research on many topics, including plant genome database, analysis of genome sequences, gene prediction, gene structure, gene expression, next generation sequencing, and analysis of large-scale proteomics data on crop improvement. The hands-on training by using bioinformatic tools on plant RNA sequence data analysis will be very useful. By bringing together experts in the field of plant molecular biology and bioinformatics, I came to know that people with diversified backgrounds have come to attend this conference, thus making this conference interdisciplinary. By covering all areas of computational biology and bioinformatics, plant genomics and proteomics, phytochemistry and drug discovery, plant system biology, plant molecular biology, plant biotechnology and applications, plant tissue culture, medicinal and aromatic plant sciences, and plant phylogeny. I hope that the conference will benefit researchers working in this field. Several eminent scientists from reputable universities and business in India and throughout the world are participating. It gives me immense pleasure to meet all the participants of this conference, both local and international. I hope our conference with our experience with the conference will be fruitful and a long-lasting one. I have faith that this 3-day event will ignite not only enthusiasm for exchange and collaboration between academics and industries, but the future of humanity as well. I wish the conference a great success. With these words, I inaugurate the international conference. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an engaging speech. Now I take this opportunity to invite Professor S.D. Srinivasa Murthy, Secretary, South Zone, Society for Plant Research, to address the audience.
Good morning to all. The scientists who are present on the dais, Professor Subodh Bhatnagarji, Founder President of Society for Plant Science Research, and North Zone President Professor Hansi Lalji, Madam Vijayalakshmi Saxena, President of Indian Science Congress Association, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It gives me immense pleasure to participate in this August gathering at Pondicherry University, which is organized by Professor Dinakar Rao and his team. Our society, initially it is started 30 years back. That time I have gone to Bareilly and I know how much pain Dr. Bhatnagar has taken to organize the conference. From that day onwards, I am attending the Society of Plant Science Research Conference without missing. And Professor Hansi Lalji, he is a well-known scientist in the agriculture. Still, when I have gone yesterday to his room, he is writing some material. So, this shows how much sincerity he is having at this stage after sitting in the Pondicherry guest house room, how he is dedicating himself to the scientific community, and that we have to remember. As elders, the participants who are participating here, they are going to receive the fellow awards, Young Scientist Awards. I congratulate all of them to receive the prestigious award, and I hope in future also you should receive such awards. One more point what I want to mention here is basic research and applied research is just like when you have foundation strong, that is basic research, then only applied research will survive. Without basic research, applied research cannot survive. Therefore, to all the young scientists, my appeal is concentrate more and more on the basic science research and work hard for our country development program. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for such a warm speech. Moving forward, I now request Dean School of Life Sciences, Professor H. Pratap Kumar Shetty, to address the audience.
Vanakkam and good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, Professor Tarini Karasu, Director Studies, who is the president of today's inaugural function, and all the other dignitaries, invitees, speakers, and the participants. It's a pleasure always being a part of the conferences organized by the Department of Bioinformatics. To be very specific, Department of Bioinformatics has been very active in terms of its research, academics, as well as in conducting various outreach programs, including these conferences. Plant molecular biology and bioinformatics, rightly said. I think I will not be wrong if I say that the molecular biology and bioinformatics, the contribution from the plant science is immense. And this particular conference will not just have the deliberations, it will not just have the interactions, it will also have the hands-on training, because you must have also heard it's not just enough you just come, listen and go, but the moment we are training some people hands-on, we always give them the skills which is best needed for young researchers. I would like to congratulate the department as well as ISCA Pondicherry chapter for coming out with these conferences year by year and each time setting a higher benchmark. I would like to mention again here the seeds or the plantlets sown by Professor Mathur has been well nourished and taken forward by the department in a better way as the years came. And I wish them all the good luck, and I wish this conference a good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. I now request Professor Subodh Kumar Bhatnagar, Founder and Secretary General SPR, to address the audience.
Very good morning to one and all. Dignitaries on the dais, the Director and Pro Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh, who is incidentally out of the university, and we hope that he will be available to us to bless the entire audience tomorrow. President of Society for Plant Research, Professor R.R. Hanchinal, Professor K. Muthuchelian, President of South Zone Society for Plant Research, Professor S.D.S. Murthy from Tirupati, and the Secretary, South Zone of Society for Plant Research, and the key person behind organizing this conference, Professor A. Dinkara Rao. Ladies and gentlemen, participants and awardees by Society for Plant Research. At the outset, I would like to welcome all of you in this lush green University of Pondicherry. During the international conference at Mumbai, when the idea of organizing this international conference at Pondicherry University was put forward by Professor A. Dinkara Rao, and the entire framework of this conference was conceived by him, the proposal was floated, and in our executive body meeting, this proposal was unanimously approved, and he was requested to proceed ahead with the permission of his Honorable Vice Chancellor. In fact, the Society for Plant Research, when it was founded in 1988, way back around 35 years now, a small group of scientists were involved, and we developed an idea how to develop a society, how to publish a journal under the aegis of this society. As a result, the journal, which is now globally recognized, named Vegetos, is being published, rather co-published by Springer Nature under the aegis of Society for Plant Research. Now, the small seedling which was planted in 1988, we never thought that it will become a banyan tree by now. and with the utmost cooperation, support and dedication of the entire team of Society for Plant Research with the passage of time, and the editorial board and the scientists associated to this society, this society and the journal has become the most respectable journal of plant sciences and plant biotechnology. Ever since it was taken up by Springer Nature as its co-publisher, its growth is much more appreciable, and it is being indexed in Scopus. It is having an impact factor in NAS and in all other respected database of plant sciences and biological sciences. The idea of developing two executive bodies in North Zone and South Zone was to initiate, to motivate, and to get the young scientists involved with the activities of Society for Plant Research, making their quality contributions to the journal Vegetos, which is having a very good impact factor in NAS, National Academy of Agricultural Sciences, listed already in UGC Care, being listed in Scopus, and during last 3 years its site score has raised from 0.5 to 1.5. That is the biggest growth within 3 years, been 0.5 almost every year, and that is the site score which indicate that how much papers are being cited the worldwide. Recently, for last around 4 months, I was in USA, and during that time I tried to be active on the portal, and we organized a webinar of the editorial board members who are based in USA, Mexico, Italy and Spain. So I am very happy to announce that as on today we are having an editorial board of 58 editors and subject editors dedicated to various branches of plant science and biotechnology. And these editors are from 24 countries the world over. We are in practice of holding webinars of editorial board, the editorial board meetings, in order to resolve various issues which are being encountered by the editors while editing the papers, and the reviewers who are needing some expertise from the editors. Beside this, due to COVID, our executive body was meeting twice a year virtually, but as the COVID pandemic seems to end now, we will try to hold the executive body meeting as usual during certain conferences as we do earlier. As far as Society for Plant Research awards are concerned, we have framed a screening committee of 7 members, and all these 7 members are from different places of the country. The CV and nomination forms are invited through our website www.vegetosindia.org, as you all know. And these nominations and the brief CV, they are sent to the screening committee, under the chairmanship of whom they meet either virtually or offline, and then on the basis of the merit of their CV and the recommendations made by their proposers and seconder, their nominations are considered and awards are granted. This is what I am telling you because you should know what is the procedure of awarding the scientist by Society for Plant Research. A transparent system we have adopted, and these recommendations by the chairman of the screening committee, they come to us, get it properly approved by the national president, Professor R.R. Ranchinal, and then it comes to me as founder chairman and secretary general, and then the awardees are notified accordingly. It is also a practice that we usually confer these awards during some conference. In absentia, awards are not in good taste with the society, so we always promote, because COVID pandemic is now over, we always promote that the scientists should present offline and receive the award practically from the dais. That not only develop a sort of linkage between the scientist and the society and the organizers, but also help them in understanding what is the protocol and what are the workings and activities of society. We do not promote the online mode as on now, but sometimes there are some problems with the scientist. Either they do not get permission from the competent authority, or they get stuck in some meeting or some important engagements. Therefore, we usually permit them to proceed online conferment. So, this conference, which is being organized in the prestigious University of Pondicherry, a central university, I would like to congratulate Professor A. Dinkara Rao and his team for working day and night, I don't know, for last many months. Because the idea was generated long back in 2019. And from 2019 till 2023 almost, this idea came to the perfection and could be executed well. So I congratulate from the core of my heart Professor A. Dinkara Rao, his entire team, his senior scientists, his Honorable Vice Chancellor, and the technical staff who is usually not named anywhere, but they really work day and night. The students really work day and night behind the screen, and their activity, their involvement, their dedication can be seen when the conference comes to the floor. So all, thank you all once again and wish you a very good luck. Thank you.
I now request Dr. Ashok Kumar Saxena, formal General President ISCA, to unveil the conference souvenir.
We would now request the dignitaries to confer the Senior Scientist and Young Scientist Awards. I request the online awardees to please turn on their camera. I request Dr. Subodh Kumar Bhatnagar to confer International Recognition Award 2023 to Professor Carmelo Maria Muzzarella, Department of Agraria, Mediterranean University of Reggio Calabria, Italy. I hope he is here with us online. Professor Muzzarella have been working as a botanist and is also serving at different academic positions such as researcher and professor of plant biology and applied and environmental botany. He has more than 100 publications to his name. We congratulate Sir on receiving this award on behalf of the organizing secretaries of the conference.
Dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, and my affectionate young student friends. Good morning to all of you. In fact, we from Society for Plant Research are very happy to be associated with very prestigious organizations like National Science Congress Association and the other organizations, which boosts our morality. Also, I congratulate the award winners for their good efforts. The theme of this conference, international conference, that is plant molecular biology and bioinformatics, is need of the hour. As you know, after the Mendel's laws were rediscovered, the integration of research in genetics, biotechnology, tissue culture, and other sciences brought the Green Revolution in India as early as 1960s. Before that, we were from ship to mouth, but today we are surplus to export. A single gene from the aroma of wheat of Japan, dwarfing gene we call, brought Green Revolution when it was incorporated in winter wheat and then spring wheat, solved the food problem of the third world countries. Same case with rice, a single gene DG fusion brought help in fulfilling the food security problems. Like that, in recent years, again, the gene from Bacillus thuringiensis, Bt gene, which revolutionized the cotton cultivation, wherein we had a lot of problems, particularly because of the excess use of the insecticides, particularly the pyrethroids. And with the incorporation of this gene, we could not only increase the yield levels, in cotton to almost 150% or so, but also this helped in stopping the import of cotton from other countries. Like that, the advancement in genomics, biotechnology, molecular biology really helped a lot in solving the food problem. And now, very recently, yesterday I was reading the MRI which brings the research that was carried out in MRI brings out your heart 10 years back, in the sense 10 years how your heart was there, like that. That's a great contribution. Same thing, another research very recently I just saw helps in controlling the diabetics. This is the advancement that we have achieved. But we should not forget that we are living in only 2% of the geographical area of the globe, with only 4% research, whereas our population is increasing geometrically. Now it is 17% of the world population is here, and we are presently producing around 328 million tons of food grains, and of course we have achieved the pulse security, where we are facing a lot of problems, and we have also achieved the security in horticulture crops, which in general brought us the food security, nutritional security, health security, which actually brings us the economic security and social security. In this regard, still we have many things to achieve, for which the researches that you are doing will definitely help us. And again, for the youngsters, just I would like to say that there is a great scope, particularly to the biotechnologists and molecular biologists in seed industry. Seed industry is growing in India at the rate of 14 to 17%. Few years back, hardly about $4 billion business was there. Today, we are more than $8 billion, and we are number 5. We are going to be number 3 very shortly. And there is a great scope. Only thing is that we have to study hard and see that you get the opportunity. With these few words, I once again congratulate the organizers for organizing this workshop, and thank you very much.
It was pleasure listening to you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Professor P.P. Mathur, Vice Chancellor, Birla Global University, Odisha, former General Secretary, ISCA, former Vice Chancellor, Keat, Bhubaneswar, former Dean, School of Life Sciences, Pondicherry University, founder head, Center of Excellence in Bioinformatics at Pondicherry University, to address the audience.
Good morning to you all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor Tarnekarsu, Director of Studies, Pondicherry University, Dr. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Saxena, General President ISCA, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Saxena, former General President ISCA, then our respected Dr. Professor R.R. Henchinal, President Society of Plant Research, Professor Subodh Kumar Bhatnagar, Founder and Secretary General, Society of Plant Research, Professor S.D.S. Murthy, Secretary South Zone SPR, then our Dean of the School of Life Sciences, Professor Pratap Shetty, Professor P.T.V. Lakshmi, Head and Convener of the Department of Bioinformatics, Pondicherry University, Professor Dinkar Rao, Organizing Secretary of this conference, and from the Department of Bioinformatics, Mr. Sundar Mohan, Convener ISKA Pondicherry Chapter, Dr. Amuda, Treasurer, ISKA Pondicherry Chapter. All the distinguished delegates, invitees, faculty members present today, and ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be here among you all, and it is a very known place because I was in Pondicherry University for a long time, and with all the people of ISKA, it is known faces. So the new faces are only from Society of Plant Research, because I was not associated with particular society which I know must be a great society. And as it was mentioned that the journal and all that quality which is coming up, it's very, very high quality, and I'm very happy that a collaboration between the university, the society, and the ISKA has taken place today, and I'm sure that this will go a long way for helping each other in their own missions. Well, as far as plants are concerned, they are extremely important. I think in this world, if anything is important, is the plant, because that really gives the total energy to the whole system. And the second thing is that it is the part of the environment. So whenever we talk about environment, and now a lot of things have been talked about environment, the plants are invariably talked about. Of course, the food security, which is told many number of times, it's important, and the plants are important. So whatever problems we now talk about, most important problems, the plants are the very important solutions, and they provide solutions. I think we should not forget the time when India was deprived of the food, and it was extremely difficult for the country to feed all the mouths, but that time mouths were very, very less as compared to today, and the food was much more scarce. And it was only the plant scientists and the kind of initiatives which were taken in 60s and M.S. Swaminathan, who they tried to take the complete different platform, the food security, and now we don't depend on food on any countries. In fact, now we hear that other countries depend on food on us, or they look forward to us for food. And this kind of thing has not happened without the technological advances which have taken place, and the technological advances which are taking place even now. There was a time when Human Genome Project was there. That time India was not a part of Human Genome Project, and there was nobody who bothered about Human Genome Project to happen at the time. Now, of course, so many genome projects have happened, and we are part of that. But for the plant genome projects, we have been always the part of that. Whether it was a rice genome project, whether it was tomato genome project, or so many genome projects. And the kind of technologies which have come up now, the technologies which are the gene technologies which have come up, they have greatly helped the humankind for sorting out and solving many problems. So I'm sure that this bioinformatics joining with plant sciences and the science would help the young minds whom I see here in abundance to have seen that the kind of problems, and this is very important, that we should not do the research which is fashionable or which is the solving the problems of somebody else. We should try to look at the problems and address the issues which are our current problems. And I think the plant provide many solutions to the problem, whether it is environmental, whether it is a few food, or many. And I'm thinking that the bioinformatics provides many solutions to different kinds of problems. And during even COVID-19 period, most of the drug repurposing, drug developments and all that, they took place through the help of bioinformatics. Otherwise, nothing would have happened, even vaccine would not have come up had there been no bioinformatics tools around. So I'm sure that this particular one-day training program would empower all the young persons, those who are interested in learning it, for their own research and their own solving the problems. With these words, I'm really thankful to the organizers here to having called me and having such a large gathering around, and so many distinguished people, those who have joined us, and they will make our knowledge much more enriching, and I'm sure that to all of you it will be a very well remembered event taking place. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of enlightenment and being one of the strongest pillars of our department for the longest time.
I now request Professor K. Tharanikarsu, Director Studies, Pondicherry University, to preside over the conference.
Good morning, everyone. I think students I could see the grim faces, the long inaugural session. But this is very important. In any book, if you read, if you don't read the forward, the first page, you cannot understand the book. Same thing in the inauguration section is very important. Why we are doing this and what is the importance of this, those things you will understand only. I think they will bear with us the long inauguration session. Respected Dr. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Saxena, General President, and Professor Subodh Kumar Bhatnagar, Founder Secretary General, Society for Plant Research, and Professor Dinagar Rao, Organization Secretary of this conference, and Professor P.T.V. Lakshmi, Head Convener, Department of Bioinformatics, and Secretary, Organization Secretary, Professor V. Amuta, and then Dr. Mr. M. Sundramogan, Convener, IECA Pondicherry Chapter, and all the dignitaries of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I am giving these long names. This is also important to, these are all our role models. Who are all they, especially for the youngsters, who are all they and how they are achieving, how they are contributing. These are all very important. That's why we are organizing this. And nowadays, if you take the information, information is everywhere. But what is important information, what is not important information, that is the role of our teachers, our scientists, who say this is the information you have to concentrate on more. So for this only we are now the bioinformatics, all are computational biologists. So you have a lot of data in this, but in many students also feel that there is nothing to know more on this type of interactions. But these workshops and conferences, seminar, this is very important for us to understand more. In this aspect, I just want to give the role of the bioinformatics. To understand this, see, if you take the first organic compound, the first organic molecule was synthesized in the lab. It is not too far. I am basically a chemist. Many of my students also, if I ask, they may not know, because everyone is only interested in what is going to be asked in the exam. So only concepts, all those things. but they don't want to understand the history behind this, what is the importance of this. So same thing I also tell expect our bioinformatics people also tell the importance of the any syllabus. That is very important for the students will be understanding more on this. In that way, if you take urea, it was the first organic compound which was synthesized in the lab. Before this, nobody knows how to synthesize a compound. So before this, it was in 1909, Berzelius first mentioned that there is a compound which are present in the living organism, and there are some compounds which are present in the non-living organism. There are certain differences. So it was in 1809 Berzelius only first distinguished what is organic moieties, organic compounds, and what is inorganic compounds. So first knowledge we started in 1809. You can think, it is not too far, only 200 years. All our knowledge, whatever we have, it is only 200 years, 200 plus years. So 200 plus year is not enough to explore what has been done by the nature. So plant research or biochemistry, molecular biology, all those things, this has been taking place for years, but we are doing research now. So the first thing it was in 1809, Berzelius only mentioned that there are certain different things are in the living things. And it was also proposed by Berzelius that to synthesize the compound present in the living, we need a vital force. He proposed the vital force theory. And nowadays, even in chemistry, we don't teach this vital force theory because there is no truth in this. So Berzelius first mentioned that we need vital force. Indirectly, he mentioned that we need God force, some divine force to synthesize a molecule in the lab. So it was in 1809, but in 1828, Frederick Wohler, a German scientist, first synthesized organic compound, that is urea. Urea was, this again, why I am telling this is how this evolved, how the knowledge evolved. And again, it is the plant-based research only. There is for agriculture, we need urea. That's why they did more research on this, whether we can synthesize urea. Because they thought that if you have more and more urea, your agriculture product will be more. So they used the urine as the product for to extract urine. They evaporated urine. Then mostly those days, it is in 1828, they used horse urine to evaporate it to get the urea and use in the agricultural field. So they thought that if you synthesize in the lab, then productivity can be also increased. So that was the first organic compound in 1828. So Frederick Wohler, he synthesized urea in the lab. Incidentally, Wohler was trained in the Professor Berzelius lab only, who proposed the vital force theory. So this is the origin, and this is what now you cannot say we need vital force to synthesize any organic compound. So initially, why I am telling again this is, initially the chemistry was proposed or started for synthesizing compounds which are present in the living organism. So fortunately or unfortunately, we have moved to the synthetic organic chemistry. That is, whatever chemistry we do now, we synthesize only. We don't study on the natural products. That's where the biochemistry came, then molecular biology came, now recently bioinformatics also came into picture. The role of biology in handling or in giving knowledge to this. So bioinformatics is one of the latest field which is I can say that there are a lot of responsibilities on the bioinformatics scientists. So there are many even in our chemistry there are many mechanisms if you do not want to say that if you do not want to give the evidences, we take the help of bioinformatics people. On those line, all the researchers here, you should be happy. So your role is very important. So please take this seriously and learn more and more research, more and more knowledge in this. And in this angle, the international conference cum workshop on plant molecular biology and bioinformatics will be very useful to you. Take this seriously. Take the help of whatever the resource persons or the people who have visited here. Keep in touch with them so that it will be very useful. I also thank Indian Science Congress Association and its Pondicherry chapter, Society for Plant Research India for organizing this international conference cum workshop along with the Department of Bioinformatics, School of Life Sciences, Pondicherry University. So I also congratulate the Department of Bioinformatics for organizing this international event. I also thank all the dignitaries who all the way come from the far places to this place, and I hope your stay will be very nice here. So Pondicherry is a rejuvenating place. So have a nice time here, and I also convey regards from our Honorable Vice Chancellor who is not able to make it today. He will definitely make it, he will attend this tomorrow. So he conveys his regards to this international conference through me, and with these few words, I congratulate the Department of Bioinformatics and all the awardees who got this award today. Thank you one and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for such an informative and inspiring speech. Now I would like to call upon the podium Mr. M. Sundar Mohan, convener, ISKA Pondicherry chapter, for the vote of thanks.
Good morning, one and all. So, on behalf of Pondicherry University, Department of Bioinformatics and Indian Science Congress Association Pondicherry chapter, I propose the vote of thanks. First, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor for all the support that he has given to us for the past conducting this event. I think he will be joining us tomorrow. So I thank our Director of Studies who accepted our invitation on a very short notice to preside over the function. Thank you, sir, for accepting. On this occasion, we express our gratitude and thanks to Madam Vijayalakshmi Saxena, the President of ISKA, and Professor Ashok Kumar Saxena, former President of Indian Science Congress Association, who agreed to be here on this day and inaugurate this event and guiding us for the past 10 years for conducting such programs and giving all the support to us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. And we thank Professor Bhatnagar, Plant Society of Plant Research, for agreeing to conduct this event, for choosing Pondicherry University as one of the venue. Thank you, sir. And we also thank Professor Hansilal and Professor Murthy and all the other members of SPR who are present here today. And we also thank all the awardees who are present here and who collected their awards online. Thank you for all the awardees. Our special thanks to Professor P.P. Mathur, who believed in us and established this chapter in the year 2012. From then onwards, even this month, every time he used to ask us what event you are conducting, have you submitted the UC on time, whether you got the money on time, everything. He has been a great support to us and conducting us for several events under this chapter. We also thank all the invited speakers of this symposium, including Professor Velmurugan sir, who is present here today. Our special thanks to Professor Raghunathan, Executive Council member of Indian Science Congress Association, who is here to participate in this symposium. We also thank for financial support the Indian Science Congress Association, the Pondicherry University, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, and Department of Science and Technology, Government of Puducherry for financial support. We thank all our sponsors. We thank our Dean, School of Life Sciences, and all the other faculty members who are present here today, and including our librarian who is present here today. And we thank our head of the department, Professor B.T.V. Lakshmi, and all the other faculty members of the department, technical staff, non-teaching staff of Department of Bioinformatics. In addition to that, we thank our administration, finance section, electrical wing, PRO section, and EMRC for the media support, guest house and computer center for all the support. We also thank our sponsors, and we thank all the participants who presented their poster, who are going to present their poster and the oral presentation, and all the other participants who have registered for this symposium. Thank you to all participants. Finally, a big applause for all the students, PG students, PhD scholars who have been working hard for the past 1 month for the successful conduct of this event. Thank you.